Any one of us is aware of what does DIY means? Well, it means do it yourself. It's just a term of describe someone who does their own handiwork. Our guest for today is a mom of 3, assistant professor at university, and also she is an avid DIYer, transforming her home using an eclectic approach to design, carpentry and upcycling of thrift items. So let's welcome together Dr. Latifa Albusairi. So hello and good morning, doctor.
Good morning. Hi.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna have to say I'm so happy and pleased that I'm finally meet you, actually.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Actually, you are a mom of 3 kids, and
Yes.
you are a working lady, a doctor in the university, and also you are a DIYer as well.
Yeah.
So first of all, we'd like from you to know how you came up with this unique idea, doctor.
I've always liked working with my hands, and I've always been prone to expressing myself via the arts. Going into DIY is just a passion that I picked up over the past few years. I needed to find a source to entertain myself as well as while educating myself on something.
Yes.
And I found that in DIY, especially within my own home.
Your own home. So in the off air you told me that you started in your garage, isn't it,
Yes.
the first time?
Yes.
Can you tell us the story?
So it was actually my husband's garage. It's a garage slash douaniya. So it's usually where he hangs out with his friends.
Yes.
And he has lots of power tools over there, and I just started experimenting with his power tools.
Yes.
And we took it off from like small projects, slowly building it up to a point where I became a bit more confident and more
Yes.
comfortable to do things on my own, and then we moved into the house.
And then you moved into the house,
Yeah.
exactly. So I saw that you are really unique in your social media, in the Instagram.
Thank
So
you.
what makes you actually distinguished to do such a job, such activity actually?
I would assume that it's the fact that I'm a mum, the fact that I'm Kuwaiti, and the fact that I'm doing DIY at home. One of the most comments the repeated positive comments that I get on Instagram is, I've never seen a Kuwaiti woman do something like this.
Exactly.
Though I'm sure that there might be, but maybe they don't post it on Instagram. But I'd imagine that's the niche. That's my niche.
Yes.
Being a mum and working mum as well as doing DIY.
Exactly. You feel yourself like you can inspire moms here in Kuwait, especially the ladies, not even the moms, even the girls.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself as that?
I would hope so. I mean, I love it when I get messages of photos that people have done projects after they've seen me do them. And
I can see your
yeah, as well as
your girl here.
Yeah, I love it when my children are
Yes.
inspired. So it's multiple angles. I do want to inspire people, and I
Yes.
want to show my children that
That's
as a
amazing.
woman, as a mum, you can go
And I
out
can
and
see
do
your
it.
children actually, they are doing what you are doing. They are
Yeah.
painting, they are doing, it's really a harsh job to do for young girls. And I can see you did like a closet as well in your Instagram. I saw you did
Yeah.
a closet for your daughter, and also you did some toys as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So from where you get those tiny tools?
You'd be surprised that everything is available in Kuwait. You just need to look in the right sources. Some things I would have to order online, but generally I get all my tools in Kuwait, in Shueikh.
Oh, from Shueikh.
Shueikh, yeah, just driving around Shueikh and asking different stores. And sometimes if I go to a store and they don't have what I want, they would just direct me elsewhere.
Oh,
and
that's
I
amazing.
end up finding what I need.
That's amazing. And I can see in the video here what you are actually creating here.
So this is the children's DIY, the children's playroom. When we first moved into our apartments, I wanted to have a space where they could,
Yes.
you know, enjoy and explore and do things on their own with their own toys.
Yes.
And that was the playroom. This was the first space that I tackled when we moved into the
First
apartment.
place. This is for your 3 children?
For my 3 children, yes.
So what are their feedback? Yeah, I mean, your children, I'm pretty sure they're happy when you say their mom, they're creating a lovely game room for them.
I think they don't understand that this is not something that they would find in every home. They're just used to it.
Yes.
They like having all their things in one space, which is what which was the whole point of the playroom.
Exactly.
They like giving me ideas, and I try to bounce off ideas off of them and incorporate it in the design. But usually I just go with what I want, primarily.
You have a really great taste, I'm pretty sure. That's why. So, speaking about your children and kids in general, how actually you encourage your children to do such activities indoors with their parents? Especially we are living in a generation that we know 90% of children, they used to do some play with their electronics, their iPads, their PlayStation. They don't really love or used to do some of the work in their hands work. So what's your advice, first of all, to your children and also toward your viewers' children?
I think sometimes people might be afraid of letting their children come towards these power tools. I would say start small, start with little things like sanding wood. My children love to sand wood. Painting is something that they can do.
Yes.
And then as they get older and they become more adept and their fine motor skills have become more defined, then they can like hammer nails, and then they can go on to cutting wood.
Yes.
And which is something that I am moving my eldest daughter towards.
That's amazing.
So at some point she's going to hold a drill, and at some point she's going to cut wood with me.
I can see she is really a good girl. So let's talk now about our women, Kuwaiti women. Do you have any advice for any kind of woman? She wants to transfer her home. She wants to do what you are doing, approaching, redesigning her home. What's your advice for them?
I would suggest to start small, start on a small project. And if you want to cut corners, like ask a carpenter to cut the wood for you, that's absolutely fine. As long as you make that move, you do that start. And once you gain that confidence from that small first project, they will have the confidence to move on to more hard, more complicated and bigger things.
Yes, that's amazing. So any mom now, she's watching us now, she wants to be like you, designing a game room in her home, like a toy room for her children. Also, what's your advice to make it perfect, actually?
I would say functionality, make it functional for tiny humans. Make it fun for tiny humans.
Yes.
And make it accessible, so they have the ability to take their toys out and put their toys back inside.
Yes.
So it's just keeping in mind that you are working or you are creating a space for little people, and the little people get messy.
That's why.
Yeah, so just to keep these three aspects in mind.
That's amazing. So let's talk about you know, the feedback, the comments you get, let's say, from people. You already mentioned that in the introduction, but can you just specific more about the feedback? Do you get like some feedback about the people that are getting really happy, proud of you, especially the moms?
Yeah, I think the feedback of the past month, because that's when my Instagram kind of blew up, is really positive. I would say 95% positive.
That's amazing.
And I love that, yeah. And the usual comment is, we've never seen women do things like this. Oh, you're holding a power tool. Oh, that's amazing. I want to do that. And like I said, it's I'm hoping to inspire. You hope to inspire. I'm pretty sure you are inspiring millions here in Kuwait. So what is your favorite project that you ever had? That's a difficult one. So anything to do with my children, I love. So I've done the first real project that I did from scratch on my own was the dollhouse that I did during Corona. That's got to be, but I mean, if you look at it now, it's really wonky. It's really poorly made, but it was my first project. And when I look at it and I see how far I've come along, it's a really nice starting point. It's a really good focal point for my beginnings. It's amazing, a dollhouse. Yes. It's really a lovely project. Was for your kids, for your daughter? Yeah, it was for my, but now, I mean, she's left it on the side and she says this is going to be the haunted house. The haunted house. She's turning it into haunted house. Now she wants a Barbie doll house, but we're negotiating. Yeah, that's amazing. So what about your boy? You have a boy as well. Yes, Adam. Adam, his projects, he usually does it with his father because it involves lots of metal, and I've never worked with metal, and I don't think I would be willing to venture into that because I'm still learning wood. But he gets to do lots of projects with his dad, and that it takes the guilt away about not doing the projects for him. So being a part of communication, actually, sciences department, that really help you and sees this kind of an actual thinking of being redesigning your home, let's say? Maybe not directly, but I do have to be organized. The job that I work needs to be highly organized, highly meticulous, and I try to incorporate that with my DIY projects as much as I can.
Yes, so let's talk now about your hopes and wishes in the future. What do you hope and wish, Doctor, in the future, especially in your approach, the eclectic approach?
I would love to see more women going into carpentry. I would love to see more workshops that target children working in carpentry.
Yes.
I think that would be amazing. That would be amazing, and it's just like the right direction to go.
The right direction. We know there's a lot of moms here in Kuwait. They say we don't have time. We are going to work, and we are teaching our kids, so we don't have time actually to do what you are doing, Doctor. Do you have any piece of advice for them?
Yeah, I understand, because it's true. Time is of the essence, and as a mum and a working mum, you don't have much of that. But what I try to do is I try to squeeze in bits and pieces, so when they sleep, that's when I can maybe get an hour of work done. It's not a lot, but it's something to move my project along. And I do try to use the weekends a lot.
The weekends?
Yeah, the weekends. The weekends are for me as much as they are for them, for the children.
That's amazing. Do you like thinking of having some workshops in the future, especially for kids, to teach them how to do, or how to be DIYers as you? Yeah,
that would be amazing. This is something that I've thought of, and lots of followers have requested. They want workshops, not just for children, for women as well. A lot of concerns are, I'm afraid to hold a drill, and I think that would be like a nice thing to overcome in a safe space, like a workshop. So inshallah, in the future, not right now, but hopefully in the future, that would be something that I would consider doing.
Yes. What about YouTube? Do you consider to have some like vlogs actually in the YouTube? That would be much better.
That would also be nice, and it makes sense because it's the way that I'm trying to create my videos on Instagram is teaching. I'm trying to explain how to do things. But I know that some things will be missed because, like, the time constraint is you only have a minute.
Yes.
So YouTube would be great. I just need to find the time for that.
You need to find the time. Maybe in the future, inshallah.
Maybe inshallah, yes.
Well, actually, I had really fun interview Dr. Latifa, and I wish you all the best of success.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun.
You're most welcome. So, big thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Dr. Latifa Albusairi. She's an assistant professor at university, and also she is an avid DIYer. Dear viewers, don't go away. Let's have this tiny little break, and then we'll move on.